team ban.
Come on, Matt. High energy. Let's go.
5 seconds remaining.
Fuck him.
Dire team pick.
Mm-hmm.
Radiant team pick.
Here is season 6. We're going to get an incredible way to end it. It'll be Omega taking on Galaxy Racer for the best of 2. Galaxy Racer, quite the comeback performance from them. The Slark getting enabled, having this late game potential to bring them online to take that game 1 in. Then I'll get to do it all over again. Bans this time. Finally, someone is going to prioritize the Chaos Knight. We've yet to see it first phased against Galaxy Racer.
I like it, you know, as much as the Slark was the one that was able to come back online, it was heavily enabled by everything that Mizu was doing on the map, just constantly scouting around, finding pickoffs even when he only had the Shadow Blade, and then as soon as he got that Silver Edge, it felt like the game just flipped on its head. Allowed the Slark to get a few more of those stacks. 2 fights, he got 10 permanent agility stacks just because of how much control, how much extra speed. Chaos Knight's already very speedy himself, but under the cover of that Shadow Blade, no one was running away. And, well, I was about to say, at least in that previous game, we saw things that were a little different, you know? The Slark, we haven't seen too much out of it. We saw a Chaos Knight where Mizu doesn't go into the Midas, which was very refreshing to see. Good that he's not purely in this cookie-cutter build of his. And even the Mac Bristleback coming back after what seems like quite a while, even though it's only been about a week or so. Looks like Omega putting a bit more attention into the Mizu hero pool this time. CK gone, Darkseer gone. Let's see if they continue to follow that up with some of these other heroes that might be coming through.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Yep, that's another one of those Mizu heroes that we've seen. I mean, they might have even just been looking back through their game history. You know, what's he been playing? He's only played like, what, 5, 6 heroes, I think? One of them was the Broodmother as well. So what's even left? What hasn't...
10 seconds remaining.
He's played the... Has he... Legion, I think? Yeah, but... I've been very impressed though with Mizu, like the prowess that he showed in the offlane. I look back on Wikipedia and have not seen him play offlane for another team, but him coming in has given them a fresh look. No, go for it, yeah. Timber gone, yeah. I like it. Yeah. And Galaxy just banned it. So you hear it every time, because what he played the first 5 games was 3 Chaos Knights and 2 Darkseers, and I'm like, all right, Mizu, you played very well in all those games, but how much of pubs have you been grinding? And it's the hero pool slowly started to expand throughout the later stages of the groups, but now we get to see him out of his comfort. And now this could also be a nice little research game for some other teams, you know, maybe seeing if Mizu's able to perform when he doesn't have some of those heroes that is practice probably more than others in some of the scrims if they've had time, and also the and pubs as well.
All right, so a few of these heroes that he's been playing in pubs: Sand King, Pangolier, and Snapfire are the ones that are most likely to come from mine. I would say Pango. I think this is a fantastic Pango game.
Remaining.
Don't care all that much about the Mars. Yes, the disarm, not amazing, but you provide so much protection for that Phoenix Egg. If you're on point as well, you can push people out of the Dream Coil. it's just so much team fight control that you can afford to go for something that's, might be coming online a little bit later. Maybe you could go something like a Spectre or something like that for in your dream to pick up.
Now this seems like quite the block pick as well from Omega. They didn't ban it. They know they had the first pick coming out of the second phase of bans, and Galaxy would have loved to have the Mars Spear out of the coil, Phoenix combo as well, and I feel like Mars is one of the easier offlaners to pick up as well. So indirectly, do we think? Look,
they'll have had the Dota buff open, so they might see this coming on Omega, They've clearly just gone through every single one of his heroes. So
10 seconds remaining.
Have they switched over to the pub profile, or are they purely looking at the esports profile? That's the question.
Dire team pick.
Oh, I feel
About
it's
what?
going to be a Snap 3.
Depends what it's with. Let's have a quick look here.
10 seconds remaining.
You really need to dispel. My god, no Legion. I don't think Abaddon 3 is viable.
What about a Rubik and then get the shard? Decent lane, lots of good stuff to steal.
But then we're seeing a Snap 3 or Phoenix 3. Are we
am I muted, by the way? Chat saying I'm muted.
Oh, we're all muted. We're good now.
Oh, are we?
Yeah. Hey guys, how are you doing? Hey, that's alright. At least we picked it up now, huh? Hey guys, we haven't been talking about much, honestly.
No. We've had groundbreaking. We predicted every single one of these picks in order. I mean, to be fair, we did actually predict the Snapfire, so that's a plus. It's a shame people aren't going to be around to see it, but is the Pango still good? I mean, against the Shadow Shaman, what do you do? I guess into the Grimstroke, you don't want to pick it, but and people are still saying muted. People are still saying hello.
No, they can't.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, draft continues. 20 seconds. If it had to happen on any game, it had to be the last one. By the way, I was about to go into this little spiel, by the way, towards the start of it, and thank you everyone for joining us for the past week or so. I'm kind of glad that I didn't, so that all of my heartfelt emotions were not wasted. So now that you guys can hear us, hopefully, please check it again, Aries. Can people hear us?
We should do this at the end. I don't feel like we should do this now.
Doesn't matter. People jump out as soon as that GG is called. They're in here for the draft, So thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Thank you to Loot.Bet and BTS for running this, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you very much. Hopefully you will continue to follow the Pro Series throughout the playoffs. I always want to know if it's going to be someone else, but there's also the Anime Major coming up in a couple of days. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate the support. If you have any constructive feedback, let us know. But
don't mute yourselves.
Don't mute yourselves is a good one. But I know, Aries, you've been a pleasure to cast with, as always looking to improve. I've even seen, like, when I've glanced over at the stream, a couple of times you've had your notes. You've kind of looked like Seb with your notes, and it shows. It shows the passion. It shows that you're prepared with all this.
Dire team pick.
It's just a hero sheet. It's nothing too fancy.
You think I got anything here? I've got my drink. That's about it. That's all up here. That's all you need.
It's true. Sometimes you can't tab out, show up the heroes, so it's nice to have a bit of a refresh. It has been a blast, though. So very much enjoyed casting.
10 seconds
and quite the group stage so far. I don't know how much I want to continue with the thanks, even though I just had us muted for the draft. We'll recover, recoup. Like I was saying, Danog was just talking a bunch of crap. Honestly, guys, you didn't miss much.
And they do go the Sand King. Okay, so this is one of the other heroes that he'd been playing in. We were talking, by the way, when we were all muted, we were talking about how every single one of Mizu's heroes had been banned out, the ones that he'd been regularly picking. Harkonnen, huh? Is the tempo going to be too much? That's the question. Because I don't want to say you don't have a late game, but you don't have much of a late game. That's for sure.
Yeah, they do have, I think Coil is one of the better ways to deal with Arc Warden, because it does give you a great way to gap close. But I think Razor now has to go Blink, and Mizu's going to have a Blink anyway. They just have to run over this game on Galaxy Racer. Otherwise, Omega, like, look at how they can protect the Arc Warden. Arena, Soulbind, if you get it out in a fight, it can really be hard to communicate and catch the back. The Tiny as well with that potential. So we have seen Tino play the Arc Warden before in the groups, and it didn't look the greatest though.
I think it was into melee heroes though, right? And this time around,
like, it wasn't the greatest Arc Warden game. This is a much better one.
It's kind of why I was wanting the Spectre as well, because it dissuades you from doing this sort of thing. The Arc Warden pick.
How am I feeling about this actually? I need to look once we get in. I'm not 100% certain right now, because the Arc Warden...
I don't like that they don't seem to be able to scale on Galaxy Racer. I think they're going for super early. Be enough.
Lunch cookies? Well, too bad.
What's going on here?
All right, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, I feel bad. Sorry, guys. My apologies. We're in though. Fight the game. Last game of the group stages as well. Exciting matchup here. Get an Arc Warden to finish things off. So, you ready to go to 2 a.m., Danog?
I don't think we're going to be in that situation. I think this is going to be like a 30-minute game, tops. I'm going to say Galaxy Racer. They don't have really... Do they have anything to play for?
30 seconds to battle.
Doesn't mean anything. Good time to try something new. And, well, Mizu's kind of forced to try something new. So a little bit of, good practice coming through. He ends up getting the last hero of the entire pool. And, all right, back.
All right. Couple games. Not bad. It's going to be with Yorcamp Snapfire too. So, seeing a couple new heroes for this duo, but again, been very, very impressed with Galaxy Racer's offlane. They've been really consistent in winning a majority of their lanes, pretty single-handedly, honestly.
It's going to be harder this time.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Especially with the positioning on Mizu as well. I mean, he needs to make sure that he's not taking a lot of that harass from the Stroke of Fate. Yorcamp, of course, you can't just walk up on into people. Still nothing skilled up just yet here on Mizu. Wanting to make sure that if he is ever out of place, they're always going to be able to try and turn this around into a kill attempt. Everyone in chat wants me to give you a little kiss. I don't know why.
Just a little peck, was it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yorcamp. I'm not gonna get that last spark. Alright, how's this mid matchup gonna look here between the Puck and the Tiny? It does seem like the Tiny's burst potential versus the Puck as the game goes on could be a scary factor, but how does the lane really fare?
It's gonna be Tiny favored. It's gonna rely heavily, of course, on positioning, but again, low armor, Puck. Big tree hit into Puck, do lot damage, be good. go late game. But then as well, you need to consider a lot of the times when, you know, things have been good against the puck and other things of that nature, it's when you get that Avatos combo and it's into something like an arrow, you know, something that you can launch away from far distance. Whereas, you know, you've got a Shadow Shaman, very short range on your lockdown. Same sort of thing with the Mars. It's not amazing range, and the Grimstroke as well. You need to be right on top of the person.
Looks like bot, they've kind of had enough about laning into the Arc Warden. Try and shove the lane. They are very weak as well. Mizu's only got a Tango. Cam's out of regen, so they're going to try and play for themselves for a little bit with that pull. Get an opportunity to take a look at our last lane up top here. In Your Dream on his Razor. Now Mars, no boots to start. What has he actually got coming out? Okay, he does have boots and a mango. Now Mars isn't the greatest into the Razor. I say not the greatest though. Phoenix? Is the burst going to be there? Ether Shock, God's Rebuke, Verify, not enough. Sam H going to be able to pick up first blood. And Your Dream might be able to get a... Oh, wow.
Nicely done by Sam H. Yeah.
This is...
Sometimes has to be careful about this courier getting sniped. It's moving slow with that mango.
Okay. I was literally like...
You were singing his praises, and then he just says, you know what, I'm going to screw this one up.
And your spear is how you get away from the Razor, because you can just push him back. It's very similar, I guess, to sometimes when we see that Tiny versus Razor. If you're a close distance, get the toss. I think it's a lot easier for the Marzo, because you can play some distance. But now not having mana means, one, they lose their kill threat on the Phoenix, and two, Sam H has to play this a lot more defensive.
Yeah, you have to choose whether to go for these save attempts or getting last hits in lane, essentially. They're going to get these two range, these two melee creeps, but beyond that, lane's going to be pushed well back. And, you know, Razor not the fastest without the boots, but he has boots. Mars doesn't. Even though you've got that good early on movement speed, is this going to be enough to snap it? No. So you can see, even with that God's Rebuke, shoves him out of the lane. Sam H can't do anything. You just walk on back, you deny the creep wave, and things are going to go a lot more in Your Dream's favor.
A Falcon Blade. This is our first Falcon Blade, I believe. I actually don't think we've seen someone go Falcon Blade through the groups.
I mean, it's kind of garb. I'm not seeing why. I preferred the drums that we saw from, was it a Bard playing it or Marb? I think Marb played the...
Yeah.
It was good, they just didn't push the advantage enough that they had at the time. And I feel like you're going up against an Arc Warden, so he's gonna not be doing all that much. Like, he'll have a Midas, and he'll be on his way to his boots of travel before you're able to actually do anything.
Why do you feel like... Oh, down bot. CML should get brought down here. Tino not really going to be able to offer up much defense there for your support. Should get caught out from a double stunner. That lane is quite scary to play into. Why do you feel like we don't see as many Falcon Blades anymore? Because it did feel like a month ago, maybe even actually a little bit more probably, we were getting a decent amount of Falcon Blades, but not as much anymore. And I don't think the item got changed through the patches, if I can remember correctly.
I don't think so either. What's, I was trying to remember, like, who do they have paired together? It was just Paula set up on this top side, right? I was kind of thinking maybe it was the Bassi ring being a bit more popular, just because you get more, more regen to the holder. Like, you could just buy a Bassi ring and be able to spam that out, but that's not even been purchased up either.
He's under attack.
Very odd.
I guess also we're not seeing too much Weaver, and
even then, they put it on everything though. Like, it used to be purchased on absolutely everything.
Max already started to make his rotation. It's going to take a stack away at the top side. Regen up and available for him. Do get a kill down bot though. Tino finds a kill on Yokam, so it's going to be the first kill of the game here for Tino's Arc Warden. Now, I was watching a pub. No, actually, it was a Thompson stream, and Mr. Thompson, he was playing the Arc Warden mid, and he went for a very, very interesting item build. He didn't even go for the Midas first. It was Dragonlance just getting active early on. It does seem like it's very different though than how you want to play as a safe lane, but it was kind of cool to watch because we've only really seen Arc Warden be one-dimensional, it feels like. In that safe lane, you just go super, super greedy. But early on, like having an extra hero with Tempest Double and being a big nuisance, because the damage with Flux and Spark Wraith maxed out is actually pretty considerable if you've got heroes to tank.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe now, you know, he was opting to go into it because you've got the little bit of extra stats coming through from the new and improved Dragonlance. Could be what he was thinking, but I still feel like it needs to be a little matchup dependent, you know? It needs to be into a ranged situation.
I like whenever a hero can have a versatile build, like when it's not set in stone of what it's going to be, and the playstyle as well. This freshens up Dota, kind of freshens up the heroes as well. Like we don't have to have that one set item. Like, you know, an anti-mage, guess what, he's gone? Battle Fury Manta, maybe that item afterwards is a little bit up in the air, but it's kind of out of 3 anyway, it feels like.
Yeah, completely agree. You know, you never want the cookie cutter every time. I mean, Puck's kind of getting to that point. The Witchblade being so strong, having the cooldown synergize with... he doesn't end up using the Dream Coil onto the Tiny, so they're going to let the TP rotation come here. It's going to cost Jurkam his life.
A bit rash.
Mac really would have wanted that kill. He didn't get
catch
anything.
Tino, though. I've seen onto the Arc Warden.
Alacrity. A lot of damage, even playing around with the Arcane Rune. So the Orb's going to be back up pretty shortly. Even gets the Tempest double kill. So that is a massive amount of gold. Unfortunately, he will still get clipped. Tries to go back to the lane instead of the top side. Maybe not anticipating where that rotation was going to come through.
It's still worth it though, right? Like you kill the Arc Warden, you stop a lot of the snowball that they had. Props to Mac as well. He immediately came back to that mid lane after the TP down bot. Only netted himself the 1 kill down there, but not wanting to rest on his laurels. It is the Midas still finished up here for Tino. Gonna be able to pick that one up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alacrity. You can jump in with Yokam. Not going to commit as soon as they see Max, so he's positioning from the Tiny. Trying to find a kill, if not, keeps his support alive. Now, Mizu looks like he's going to be rushing a Blink Dagger this game, so it's going to give them a way to start, considering the Puck kind of went for the Witchblade. So they will have a bit of a timing here to potentially CML. And end up falling. That's a solo for Yokam, so he's now going to be level 6 off of, I think, a creep or 2, which is really nice. What level is his other support?
4, so they'll give him the tome on the Phoenix. He'll be just fine. I do like the fact that they've gone all these super early items on Galaxy Racer. I mean, you think about it, I prefer... Or do I prefer the drums? Actually, probably not with this lineup, right? It's all about the Razor being the one that has that little bit of extra health, damage, mana regen, just so that you could be the one frontlining and doing the right clicks. Whereas the drums, it kind of feels like you need to have at least one other core that wants to be purely in there right clicking.
They're going to smoke up on Galaxy Racer. This is the level 6 on Yokam. So the Kisses Burst is a possibility. I'm kind of surprised they didn't smoke with the Sand King though, who just picked up Blink. But I guess with him not showing bot, then maybe it would reveal a potential smoke. Tino.
It's going to tip him mid though.
The bait has been sprung. They rip apart. They're even going to try and get the kill on CML.
Mizu's here with his Blink.
Gets the bow. And you'll sacrifice Yokam. Oh, you won't even sacrifice Yokam. Raindrop, barely any damage done. Great use of this combo there up on the higher gun. We do see a Supernova top, Sam H. Fast enough movement speed, face, wind lace, but unfortunately it's not fast and... Oh, actually, they guessed the wrong way. Sam H is out.
Radiant's courier has been slain.
Not that cool.
Was Tome 2 or Shanks? It's already level 6 though.
Yeah. They were able to take the tier 1 tower top, so it's something. You're taking away a lot of this map presence. It might mean that Arc Warden looks to play up there a little bit more because he's been picked off 2 times already.
He's in trouble here. Phase Boots, Winlays, Faded Brooch. Is it enough movement speed? It's not. Radiant. I wonder when we're going to start to see them kind of group up around mid, because it really feels like Sanking. See if we got the jump on forward? They're just getting punished here. Galaxy Racer. They're playing really fast, and this is how we expected them, and we're also requiring them to play this game. If it was too slow, then you would have just made way too much space for the Arc Warden, but you're getting pick-off after pick-off, and Mac is also not getting kills as well, which is another important thing. His Blink Dagger really slow right now for the Tiny.
Well, I'm just not sure what, for example, Shanks was doing in that river just then. I mean, the bounty runes had spawned, but you had no vision, and you're playing into a lineup that can't push. Like, they have pretty terrible push. There's no tower damage outside of this Razor. So if Razor isn't there, all you need to do is set yourself up defensively, be there to be able to react to some sort of ganks and be able to counter that effectively, and they just haven't done it quite yet. They're playing it like a normal game of Dota, but this isn't a normal game of Dota. Like, Razor does not push anywhere near as well as some of these other position 1 heroes until he's got that Ag Scepter. Still a fair way away, but with all those deaths, it means that you don't need it. He's able to just move down to this bottom side, take the bottom tower. Makes a lot of positioning now away from the Arc Warden, which is quite unfortunate.
See if they want to smoke, though. Mac did just pick up the Blink. They're going to have a lot of their ultimates available. I wouldn't mind seeing them take a fight around mid, because if you win that, then you can use it Serpent Wards into an objective, but they might not be able to kind of be as picky as where they want to fight here. Oh, nice scan. Woo.
Exactly where they are.
On a smoke.
Razor not showing.
Oh, they're going to completely avoid them and go buff for the Arc Warden. Okay, smoke just pops. Game's going to get turned. They're going to double back here. Arena. They actually can't.
Oh, the spear!
If they can chain lock him down, great use of the spear. Phoenix will fall. 3, but it's a melt. What just happened? Epi from Mizu. They all just disappeared. Galaxy Racer was an incredible spear Arena, but the damage from Mizu's Epi and the kisses as well. Oh, 2,800 damage from your Sand King. I guess it's fair to say that Mizu's Sand King, it's kind of in the hero pool as well.
Yeah, those pubs doing them a lot of work, and the caustic finale, of course. Just even the 1 point, it's able to do so much damage, provided you can just take out 1 unit in the middle of a team fight. It feels like a chain reaction after that. Well, with that second item? Okay, he's got the Boots of Travel. I was about to say, I thought you would have been richer than that. Boots of Travel, it's going to be roaming around, aiming to take out this Arc Warden in particular, and then going into the BKB afterwards so that he could just stand and fight. See another smoke attempted here. Got one available on Shanks, but he's still a little bit short from some of these key items. I mean, again, it's another one of these situations where we're not really seeing the Shadow Shaman do much of anything in these team fights. You just need to be so close to get a lot of your abilities off, and well, it's going to cost you again. He's walking on forward. Not sure what your objective is up here other than to maybe get a Deep Observer Ward, but you're not going to use the smoke for that.
You're going to be free now. A couple of those heroes showing top for the instant TPs. A great defensive Arena. Coil's about to wear off. Alacrity still has got the blink up abilities. Almost available. Tiny's going to get bursted. Mizu's got the follow up as well. It's this game where Galaxy Racer have switched it around at the early stage. They're playing really fast tempo, and it's exactly what is required of them.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, do they have S and Y now coming out for the Razor? Is this Korea dead or something? Oh, there it is. Just sitting up behind him. S and Y. It's a question of, do you want to go BKB or the Ag Scepter next? I'd be leaning in towards the Ags. You know, you've been able to put yourself in a good position where you've got a 6k lead. But now, you've actually got a decent start on the Arc Warden. I believe that's the Boots of Travel as well coming out to him. So he's going to do a lot better job at shoving out a lot of these lanes. Level 2 Tempest double as well. So that, combined together with the Midas and the Maelstrom, will put much more map pressure.
Smoke up. Alacrity might pop this under the Observe Ward, so he's going to be able to jaunt away.
Follow.
They're still trying to pursue on forward. Blink in. Phoenix Burst it down. You need to get a couple more of those kills, but Alacrity, his own counter, drops the coil. Mortimer
They get the shackles
in the backline, but they can't do anything about it. They're raining down Hellfire and Dire. They'll find two. They unfortunately still lose Alacrity though, which is a big kill nonetheless with the Serpent Wards, but it's going to cost you a triple on In Your Dream and turn it into an Ultra as well. Buyback from Sam H. He does still have the arena, and that's not even required with Tino showing up, so that's a big kill to be able to pick up. It does cost you a buyback on the Mars, however.
He gets the kill goal for it.
Onto Tino. Oro, Sandstorm, all plenty of damage. Great play from Mizu Sandking. A bit of a back and forth fight, but in the end, I'd say Dire are happy with that.
Yeah, for sure. It was one of those rare instances where, for some reason, the full Shackles was able to be channeled in onto the puck. I suppose they don't have much in the form of Stunlock if the Sand Kick isn't quite there. Mizu, he does a great job of cleaning up, but maybe might force them to go into a bit more defensive items. I believe they were looking straight into the Boots of Travel previously on the puck. And, well, for a second he had the Lincolns queued, but going into a Skadi? How I feel about that. He's gone the phase shift attack as well. So this is the game for the Deso. You need that extra tower damage.
Skadi, huh? Interesting.
Not a fan.
I can kind of see the well, I feel like I'm trying to make a reasoning up. There's more health pool. Skadi gains the range carry is always nice, but
plus Switchblade, extra slows.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alacrity is a big nuisance this game. 5-2, having a much more impactful game so far compared to his counterpart position 2. We haven't really felt the impact of this tiny just yet, and once they continue to Alacrity, it's another 2-man coil once again with the Mortimer Kisses. Instantly counter initiation with the arena. It's going to at least allow them to retreat away as it's another time they burst down Alacrity. Hollow, aggressive dive, but they have nowhere to cancel. Mac, nice sidestep. One more sunlight burn, it's enough. They trade the life. Yokam's also stepped up a little bit too far. Even Grimstroke's on a TP through. This time Mizu will not be able to jump and hunt the Arc Warden.
Man, he had his epicenter on about a 3-second cooldown still, so wasn't wanting to full-on commit unless he could get that full burst combination. We've seen how much damage he's able to do to this Arc Warden, who has nothing in terms of HP items right now, not even his neutral. But now at least he's starting to build towards that Skadi for himself to enable himself to be a bit more survivable if he ever does get caught out. Look, even the talent, he went for the Flux cast range instead of the 225 health.
I mean, he's doing very well to position himself around the top of the net worth here, Tino. I must also add that In Your Dream is incredibly far. 5-1-3, 183 last hits. He's actually the top of the game right now in last hits, and it's almost the butterfly completed too.
Don't mind the butterfly. You know, you're going to need to stand there and try and tank up a few of these right clicks that are going to be coming out from the Arc Warden eventually. You know, that's the big weakness that this Galaxy Racer lineup has, the high ground siege. I still want to see the Ags though. I feel like it's going to be nice. Going to have that ability to affect buildings, and of course the Little Shred is going to enable that as well. Minus armor is going to be great. Get it. I mean, it's a Daedalus being built up by this puck. I realize the effect, like, it's great to get a bunch of kills, but what are you actually doing with it, is my question for Alacrity. Like, what is it going to progress to? Because you've only taken 2 tier 1 towers right now against an Arc Warden at 21 minutes. That's a concern for me. He's just going to keep doing this, you know? Keep his illusion there, uses his minus on the siege creep, pushes it out. You don't want to reveal yourself in the lane by, you know, going for a Tempest double. And so lane's pushed out, you don't have to worry. Shanks, it's a bit of a sacrificial move, perhaps, standing here on the bottom side.
Sam Page, he's gonna get jumped. He's got the Yules. Coral gonna get dropped. So here comes the protective Yules. Mac blinking, great use of the Supernova. Now Mac's committed into the middle of the fight. He's gonna be able to at least kite the Razor for a short duration. They're gonna be careful how deep you dive. The double hex, Soulbind, follow up as well. Now with the Shackles, they're not right-clicking on Tino at the moment because Mizu's counter initiation is a massive threat. Mac's gonna jump in simultaneously, but the damage is just non-existent on a Razor with 2,500 HP. So you will lose 2. But again, you keep... I mean, as long as the Arc Warden is not dying, that's really what it feels like.
True, but then you also get to this stage of the game where, you know, if your Arc Warden does die, he's probably had to buy out consistently so that, you know, you're able to defend against this constant siege. So you die once, you lose a couple of racks, or just the game straight away. Yeah, BKB for Mizu. The epicenter may have been a little overkill. I think they only needed the stun to be able to lock down that Shadow Shaman. Shanks with a nice shackle into the Soulbind, but just the pure damage that was able to come out before all of that control came online was enough for Galaxy Race to be able to take another team fight. 9k net worth advantage right now. Butterfly completed. For me, it's the BKB or the Ag Scepter next for In Your Dream, who's level 18 as well. So that Eye of the Storm, if you can get it onto some buildings, you can really start to take them down pretty quickly.
It's a big kill In Your Dream. Actually, we're going to drop the Phoenix instead. Abbott toss combination's not enough just yet, but the arena's going to get dropped off to the western side. I'll deal with the Phoenix. No Sunray or Supernova for this fight. Coral, however, on Mac. Looks like he's going to be the sacrificial lamb. He's still got some heroes in the backup. It's a lot of damage. In Your Dream falling really low. They should be able to get the Razor kill, and they might be able to get more as well. Scotty finally picked up Godfrey, big pushback. That is quite the fight for a Mega. And any one fight like that is going to continue to delay this game.
They weren't fighting with too many cooldowns, but yeah, you're right. You're completely right. It's so hard. Like, you can't do anything. All of these kills are going away, but nothing happens because of it. Like, it's like picking a lineup that's purely based around, like, it's like picking a Zeus, a Lion, and a Lina. Sure, you'll be able to get a bunch of kills, but, you know, you're just going to go back to the jungle, wait for them to run at you, or wait for your cooldowns to come online, do it again, but what's the end result? That's my big question.
War has come to Radiant's bottom tower.
I'm really trying to think of this build on Razor. He's gonna go BKB AC.
It's something. Like, again, minus armor for buildings, gonna be nice.
Dire's middle tower is under
I need to see the Deso.
Yeah, I don't know if Razor can be going AC this game, actually. I think he needs damage, and I really feel like he needs a Swift Blink. Probably not now, but I feel like it could be BKB Swift Blink plus a damage item.
See, I think the key item is one on a hero that we haven't really been talking about for quite some time. Yokem, more than half the way towards his Ag Scepter. If you're able to get someone spat in onto the backlines, deal with Tino's Arc Warden, the entire fight crumbles. You know, they don't have the damage to sit back, use that magnetic field, use the Eye of Skadi to hit you without any fear of being turned back in upon.
Uh-oh.
Another
High ground's Radiant. They lost their high ground advantage right now.
Mizu pops, Mac.
Warden's nearby.
Oh,
nice blink from Mac, but still the counter. Alacrity straight on top of him. Does have a buyback if the fight drags out for a little bit longer, but the Supernova drop directly on their heads. They'll lose Shanks as well, and instantly turning their attention to see where the extra information is going to come through thanks to the globs. That will also help them find CMO and help them find this tier 1 tower top. Instantly you see though, Omega recognizing what they need to do. They're going to shove out mid, they're going to shove out bot. Let's see what this Arc Warden can really do. It's a fair...
A decent way away still from that Monkey King bar, which is the big concern for mine. It's a ton of damage, and you've got the control as well to be able to deal with it, not just with the magnetic field, but also the Arena of Blood when you drop it. Sam H, he was off to the side, just didn't want to throw his life away like the rest of his teammates. I heard you, like, break out for a second there, but you're back.
Alright. So, net just crashed. Hey guys, we good? We back? I was panicking for a little second. How we doing?
Okay. Hopefully the stream stays up.
Hoping so. Alacrity. Jumping on the Tiny.
Good use of the yours.
It's not going to matter. Mizu's able to jump. They're still on the low ground here, but Radiant, they don't have everyone. Alright, so stream is back up now. Hey guys. Just net dropped out. Apologies about that.
bit weird. It's not even raining here, right?
Melbourne net. It's Ozdo. It's Oznet. What can you expect?
Ozdoto.
Ozdodo, Oznet. God damn it.
Well,
Alright, Roshan. In they go. Ages. That's just the first Rosh of the game as well. So In Your Dream's going to pick that one up.
They're
They're going to look to try and push up bot. They want that tier 2 tower first. They still haven't taken a tier 2. And this is something you were bringing up earlier, which is scary against the Arc Warden.
Just feels like the later the game goes, the more trouble they're going to have. Sure, you've got the Razor who's going to be scaling for sure. Is it going to be fast enough? BKB does feel nice. You know, you need to be able to get out of that arena of blood. That seems like the main concern for me at this stage of the game. The static link onto a Tempest double that was about to expire anyway.
When do we feel like it's go time for Dire? They're 11,000 ahead. Are they waiting for any items at the moment that you can see?
Just the BKB. In-Dream's got it. Gonna wait for the Eye of the Storm to be back off cooldown. He's got still 4 minutes left on the Aegis, so they've got plenty. They finish up the Acceptor as well on the Snapfire, so you're gonna be able to toss. I'd probably do the Razor, to be honest, right? Toss him in, instant pop that BKB, get the static link onto whoever, to be honest. I mean, if you can get the Arc Warden, that's obviously the ideal scenario, but yeah, it's going to enable them for sure. And then it's all about the counter initiation as well, coming from Mizu. He's sitting on the top side with that Boots of Travel available, so he can join his team whenever he wants. Actually, Outpost.
They don't have any Force Staffs on Radiant as well, which is a bit worrying. So if they do lock onto that target, how are you going to get better positioning?
Cross your fingers and pray.
That's worrying. That's not what you want to hear.
And finally, they're able to use an aggressive mass Serpent Wards. The last one was around that mid tier 1 tower that did go down previously. This is a tier 2, and you've also got the Tempest double TPing in as well. So tier 2 towers traded. I would have to say that Arc Warden's relatively okay with that, because now it opens up the Wrath potential as well. You can see Mackey's going to be, well, probably didn't want to toss the Tempest double, but still, nukes out the wave straight away. You've got the range creep as well, so he's going to be able to pop down the magnetic field, make sure the creep survives, do a good amount of damage in onto this. Perhaps, you know, direct some of the attention back towards the Dire base, but no, not quite yet.
Do you feel like Dire have the lineup to even deal with the Tempest double? I feel like so often we see Puck with like Dagon, E-Blade, and that's some of the better ways.
I mean, critting him down is always going to be nice, right? It's a nice little bonus, but it's quite weird, right? That Enchanted Quiver again is going to do so much work.
Tower, my god.
Bottom tower is under attack.
So stupid.
I'll take your
delay game. You can see here Sam H is just as simple as he blinked literally all the way down this lane just to come into it once, throw the spear, God's Rebuke, get the hell back to base, because he knows how strong the pickoff potential is from Galaxy Racer. Oh.
Okay. My backroom stroke. Gonna instantly drop the sentry. We're gonna look to protect it for now. Up they go on the high ground. Oh, there's a protection. Hey.
See you later, Tempest double.
Plus 300 gold for In Your Dream. 72 stolen damage as well. And now here comes the high ground defense. Mac, that is not the way you want to start. They have to drop the arena, but he doesn't have buyback.
Doesn't have buyback. They still haven't even popped the BKB on In Your Dream. That's how advantageous this start to the fight has been for them.
See what the...
I don't think that was even flipping the racks. All right.
It's a bit awkward.
Barracks have fallen. Axe
Another
needs
bubble.
something to chop.
We'll use it now. No tiny though, so jumping in without the threat of a buyback. Samh is going to try. Drag back Razor. He's got the Aegis, keep in mind. Sunrays heal him up. They also get the cookie away. Shackles, nowhere to cancel. Great use of the Supernova. Gobble spinning forward. They don't care about In Your Dream getting brought down. They'll just actually chuck him on the front line. It's all up to Tino. It's the Arc Warden show now. But I don't know if he has net worth to do the damage required to keep the base alive. He'll get one kill on the Sand King. As he dropping the nice, he's like, thanks for the help, boys. I did it for the Razor, not for me.
Well, that's what you're pretty happy with, you know, up against an Arc Warden. Some poor positioning, has to be said, coming through from Omega to be caught in that scenario. And, I mean, it's pretty rare in a game of Sea Dota. Like, we're at 48 kills now in 32 minutes, but I'm just having a look back at the stream just to make sure everything's okay. It looks like it is. Since that point, 5 minutes ago, there's only been 5 kills. Like, that's not a lot of a big differential. And that's just because all the attention is being put onto shoving out these lanes. You might say it's a little bit boring. I might agree with you, but still, they were able to get a victory out of it. And now that Swift Blink that you were talking about is coming on through.
Ah, love it. I mean, we saw what... I was thinking maybe he actually might not go for it because you have Snapfire Ags now, but... yeah, still great. Like, that's just how you want to play these fights. You see the Arc Warden getting on him is the big issue. They don't have force staffs. They don't have this mobility. So once they're on him, they're on him.
So much agility as well. You saw how heavy In Your Dream was when he had all of that on the Slark. Well, he's basically doing that just with items this time.
I don't know why CML's frontlining on a smoke. Hello? Still very far pushed up. The team's not there at the moment to be able to protect him. Supernova's available. Cookie, Mech. Is it going to be enough burst till it's not? Alacrity, though, the counter initiation is on rebuttal, dropping the coil. But Tino's ripping him apart at the moment. There's Arc Warden dishing out the damage, but they're going to buy back. This could be the last fight here unless a Mega get reset. Gonna try and disengage, but they're happy. They find the real Arc Warden. Tino pops the BKB. He's gonna try and TP up, but the damage it's gonna be there. It is. Arc Warden's got no buyback. CML's caught out as well. Mizu Sand King Edith is officially in the hero pool. He has played this game incredibly well. Another catch on the Mars without the buybacks. This might just be our last game ending for the group stages, and it is. Galaxy Racer will take it 2-0.
Very nicely done. Solid performance coming out, and turns the 3-1 pup record into a 4-1, including tournament games. Gonna be very happy with that. Even having the Ag Shard at the end, just to be able to style on them, walk it back and forth for the extra epicenter pulse. But again, it's another one of these scenarios where Omega, I feel like they had the capabilities to take that one out. They just didn't play it right. They played way too aggressively super early on when, you know, Galaxy Racer have poor push. They didn't create enough space for that Arc Warden to just continually shove out. And then even towards the end, you mentioned it. Why is CML on the front lines? Why is he putting himself in a position to be picked off? And it felt like that happened one too many times. Probably about 3 too many times, to be honest, for Omega. But Galaxy Racer, they take it out. They move themselves